Okay, so Connor's turn now. Do you, Connor, take Maggie to be your husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse? Did I just say husband? I did. Absolutely terrible. I'm just going to start that over. Do you, Connor, take Maggie?
I tell the long-winded version, and he tells the more condensed, concise version, but I had just started a job at Education First, and Connor had been working there for probably like 6 months maybe at the time. I started with a group of 10 people, and one of them was his good friend Matt, who's actually a groomsman. And it was a very young company, like everybody likes to socialize and hang out, so we would, all 10 of us, get drinks all the time together. Because one day he came into the area where I worked with the travel group, and he was giving Matt something, and I saw him walk in, and there's something about him, and I looked up and I was like, this is so funny, but like, you feel like you're gonna be a significant, I had no idea who he was, no idea his name, didn't know he knew Matt yet, like, I was like, I just got this whole, like, full body, like, you are significant to me somehow, and I just don't know it yet. Cut to, like, a couple months later, I had gotten mono and was out for a month. And when I came back, I went out for drinks with my coworkers, Matt included, and we ended up going out we were trying to go to Coogan's, which is what 23-year-old isn't trying to go to Coogan's on a Friday night, but we ended up in line at Anton's, which is right next door. And Connor came with some of his other groomsmen, actually, to meet up with Matt. And I saw him, and Connor insists that I have no recollection of it, that I just, like, marched right up to him and was like, who are you? Like, what's going on? Why are you here? What's your name? Who are you?
She had a lot of energy. She was very pretty. I thought she was very, very beautiful, and I liked her style. I still remember, like, the coat and hat she was wearing the night I met her, and I don't know, as soon as I started talking to her, I was interested, and I said, I'm not letting you get away tonight. So that night that we met, we got pretty familiar. We were kissing a lot, quite a bit, and so then it was like, oh, like Monday, how is this gonna be, type thing. So we would see each other all the time, and so there was like little interactions and kind of flirting type things all the time.
It wasn't until a month later at our holiday Christmas party that we both kind of had it in our minds of like, all right, if something happens tonight, game on. If not, gotta cut the cord. And so we ended up reconnecting that evening, and then we went on our first date the day after Christmas, and the rest is history. And Connor said to me that he had never been more excited for the day after Christmas until that year. So,
Come on, Evie, let's go see Hunty.
sweet.
They're trying to do his hair. That's so cute.
Hey, sweet girls. Let's go out to the other room. Let's go to your daddy's room. Say bye, Freddie. We give him a kiss on the head. Did they eat lunch? Hunter's gonna take him out to lunch, I think, and then we'll go down for a nap.
Wow, double fisting the carbs. And they're very.
What do you do at the wedding? You're going to Yeah, I'll get you water. Are you going to? What does a flower girl do at the wedding? Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
You're going to what? Walk? Walk down what?
You're on speaker.
You're gonna walk down the island.
I think the girls took care of the food.
I had to.
No, I know.
I know, that's why I'm like,
She's got a croissant and a bagel. Ollie. Evie, yeah, clean yourself. She's got a croissant and a bagel.
She's like, if I do
Girl after my
He's a bit of a bruiser.
They're both so special in their own way.
It's a lot of fun to be joining their family for sure. They keep it interesting. They've kept it interesting since day one. I have interesting memories with each and every one of them that are unique to them and their personalities.
He's legit.
He's like, give me the berry.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care what you eat. I feel good.
Like Rick, he's an only child, so you know what kind of hornet's nest he's walked into with the Ryan girls. So, and he's still here. He's still here 6 years later.
Their anniversary was yesterday of 6 years, so forever they'll have this 48 hours of anniversary time, which I think is pretty cool.
I'd love to take some credit for it, but really I didn't do much. I didn't even, I had no idea that they would kind of work out, but...
These two are well matched. They're both ambitious and kind. They're loyal and loving. Maggie loves a challenge. Connor is the challenge.
because you know my family. We're up here all the time. So he calms me and chills me in a way that like no one else has ever been able to, because I tend to be very resistant to that. And I think I kind of push him out of his comfort zone a little bit sometimes. He kind of pulls me back and I kind of push him forward. In a good way, in a balanced way.
Yeah.
What?
You know, I went back and forth like what toast I wanted to do for Maggie, and ultimately like I kept going back to when she was a little girl, and she was just like the sweetest little girl who would cry when she thought about growing up. She would just be like, Mom, I don't want to ever leave you. I don't want to ever leave this house. And then like shockingly or just unexpectedly, when she was in college, all of a sudden she got like the travel bug and like never wanted to be home and like wanted to explore the world, and she, you know, just got confident and bold, and it was ultimately that like shift in her like travel bug that led her to meet Connor.
I was selling language programs abroad, so I had just gone to visit all of our schools over there. So I was in Barcelona, in Rome, and she had stayed abroad in Barcelona and worked in Barcelona and Rome. And so I was like, I have things to talk to you about right now. Yeah. So it was perfect timing, yeah.
He's just incredibly sweet, shy, but like outgoing at the same time with his family and his friends and the people who he like cares about and who care about him, which is very much how I am as well.
Super just genuine and sweet, and someone who will talk to you and be genuinely interested in you and wants to learn about you, and she's just a super nice person, and she's like indescribable kindness, you could say. I say she has a gentle soul, so that's probably the best way I could capture her essence.
He's just gentle. He's like my little gentle, delicate person. My mom is always like, I wish I was married. Connor, he's so sweet to you. I'm like, yes, you're very lucky. This is really, I told him last night, I was like, we're not doing gifts, right? And he was like, maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. And I was like, I just need you to know I really didn't get you anything.
Yeah. This gift is new.
Okay, Susan. Guys, it's from Tooties! Like, she's like, I want them. He's such a stinking cuter. No, so cutie stinker.
I did that before too. She bought me a watch, and I bought a watch for myself like 2 weeks beforehand. She gave it to me.
With Connor, Maggie's new adventure began. Together, they have lived so many new explorations. New jobs, new friends, new apartments, new nieces and nephews. They've spent days exploring the city, days in sweatpants watching TV marathons, the first time cooking dinner for each other, the first time meeting families. The adventure became their togetherness.
Connor's sweetness complements her own. He's brought a patience and a steadfastness into the Ryans that I'm sure everyone here can tell didn't really exist before. But he and Maggie share a pure, kind, sweet love and a really great friendship. Together, the best of each other shine and are shared with all of us.
With all the love, all the energy you have, make some noise for the new Mr. and Mrs. Connor and Maggie Lowen!
This is the group selected by the bride, groom, and their families as those who earned the right to be here. You are VIPs, invited here on this day with intention. That's a big deal and a great honor. To know Maggie is to fall in love with her. Maggie, affectionately known in our family as Sweet Spanish Maggie, or SSM for short, is my younger sister. To Will, though, she is an older sister. But Maggie has always been unique in the way that she cannot be defined where she falls in the pecking order. Maggie simply is Maggie, our Sweet Spanish Maggie. Maggie is kind, Maggie is empathetic, Maggie is full of conviction, but most of all, Maggie is fair-minded. When we sat with Maggie and Connor to ask them about how they envisioned their ceremony, I asked Connor this: what did you look for in a spouse when you determined, I want to get married one day? The answer that he gave sounded remarkably familiar. Someone loyal, kind, simple, and easy to get along with, he said. I need someone who is low maintenance, which, as we all know, and I'm speaking for you here, Connor is very low maintenance. But that ease that Maggie makes people feel, that low maintenance quality, is truly remarkable. She lights up a room when she enters, and in turn, lights you up as well.
Sweet Spanish Maggie was derived from Maggie's experience living in Barcelona. And while she was there, she had the unfortunate experience to have 2 cameras and an iPhone stolen. And so what does Dad do? He just immediately gets on the horn, gets a new camera, gets a new iPhone. So it's like, Maggie, Sweet Spanish Maggie. So that name has totally stuck through the ages.
SSM is the joke, and we all joke that like Dad loves her best because she's so sweet. So she is his SSM.
You know, when she was over there, we kind of lived vicariously through her experiences in Barcelona and Rome. I watched her just blossom, and it was just fantastic. And Maggie just said, "This is what I want to do. I'm out of here. I'm going to do it," and she did. And then when she met Connor, I was like, "Oh wow, something's just some chemistry here. Something's going on." So, sure enough, Maggie was very confident, very self-confident that Connor, you were the guy. And we had to wait a little bit for you to kind of pop the question. And Connor and I met one night for a couple beers and a burger at the Snug in Hingham. And I kind of knew what was going to happen, but we left the Snug, and Connor hadn't said anything to me.
Pulled into the driveway in the house, and I finally got the courage to blurt out the words where I basically blacked out. I can't remember what I said at all, but.
And finally, Connor says, "I've loved Maggie since the day I met her, and I want to be with her for the rest of my life." And I said, "That's fine by me, my friend, and I welcome you to the family."
Oh yes. Is this a video?
You're beautiful. Mother of the groom?
Yes. We hope that they have love and happiness forever.
But words cannot describe the joy that I receive in knowing Connor and Maggie found each other. The kind, gentle demeanor of this man next to us feels like a true blessing. In the last 6 years, getting to know the unit we all know and love as Coma, Connor, Maggie, like Brangelina. In a crazy world has felt refreshing. Down to earth, collected, fun, selfless. Just a few choice words for this couple. You know, as the brother of the bride, you have the rare opportunity to actually judge your sister's man. But the second I met Connor, I saw all I needed to see. If Maggie's kindness can be masked in another person, it is in Connor. He is beyond kind. The words chill and low-key also come to mind right now, because that's just what he is.
We would all agree Connor is all around one of the best people we've ever met, and the honor and privilege of calling you our friend. We had lunch today at the Envoy. Connor told us he recently Googled his own name, and the excitement that he was proud to see the first search result was inalovecoma.com.
I do it all like by hand. Oh yeah, save the date.
I brought all the extras just in case.
So sweet.
But wedding planning is not my forte. Thank God for Neela, because she has been like a godsend to me.
It looks good. It's exciting. I feel like I'm getting married, so it's fun. Me and Susan feel like we're getting married. You know how close all the Ryan sisters are, that it's like, do you like this? And now that I'm seeing them, I'm like, this is what we talked about. It's just so fun to see it all come together.
You could put those two together, but that gold is really nice.
But the gold and the white look really pretty.
I don't care, you pick. Whatever you pick there.
My mom always had handkerchiefs.
Yeah, but I
Always, my whole life. When she got married, she carried this down the aisle, with her bouquets. So when I got married, I carried it down the aisle. When Meredith got married, she carried it. Neela, Laura, and now Maggie will carry it. She's wearing Neela's shoes for this wedding. She's wearing Meredith's veil. Meredith wore it, Neela wore it. I'm not sentimental at all.
Doc Bob, our father, the father of the bride, made these wedding bands that Connor and Maggie will be wearing today and in perpetuity.
You know what I did? I had my jeweler friend engrave them on the inside, which I should have done for Christopher and Neela, but I just didn't think about it. I wasn't thinking.
It's not too late. You could probably.
You could always do it. You can always do it.
Do you, Maggie, take Connor to be your husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse? for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, from this day forward until death do you part.
I do. No.
I give it.
No, put it on your hand.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
No, no. I put it on your hand.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. Okay.
Yeah, it was reversed. Still working out the kinks on that one. Do you, Connor, take Maggie to be your wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish from this day forward until death do you part?
I do.
So now you put it on mine.
Here we go. I think we have respect for each other. I think something like that. We give and take, that helps. Neither one of us decides what the boss right now, so I think that helps a little bit. We like being together as well. I think fond memory was Connor being born anyhow. Like, I think he's probably our best memory anyhow. We only have one son, but he's very special to us. And we're very happy with the girl he's getting married to now. She's a really nice girl. I know they'll be happy, so it makes us happy as well.
Appreciate you. Makes sense to do twist offs, but it's cool that you do it.
I'm a twist off, but you know what?
I'll take one of those. Thanks, Dad.
I love these guys so much you can't even know.
Here they stand, hand in hand. They've exchanged wedding bands. Today is the day of their dreams and their plans. And all of their loved ones have gathered to say, oh God, bless this couple who marry today. In good times and hard times, in sickness and health, may they know that riches aren't always in wealth. Help them face problems they'll meet on the way. May God bless this couple who marry today. As they go, may they know all the love that was shown. As in life it gets stronger, may their feelings grow. Wherever they travel, wherever they stay, may God bless this couple who marry today. Oh, may God bless this couple who marry today.
Oops. Thank you, Jimena.
I promise that I will love you and take care of you each and every day.
I promise that I will be loyal to you and appreciate how important you are to me in my life.
I promise to always be your best friend and to be your person for the rest of our lives.
Amazing. I just haven't been able to stop smiling all week. Just like class Yeah.
It's impossible to know exactly what the future holds. I'm sure it has some curveballs for us, but definitely starting a family with her and filling our house with more love than what we've got. And like, it's been fun to see her brothers and sister with their kids and bringing them into the world and the energy it creates, and I'd love to share that with her.
We were always a party of 7, but now we're like a big party. So it's good. It's awesome. It's really good. And I like it nothing more than when they're all with me.
All right. Now, by the power invested in us by the state of Massachusetts, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Tacoma. Connor, Maggie, it's official. It's done. They are one, as one, forever and ever.
May the road rise to meet you, and the wind always be at your back, and may you know nothing but love and happiness from now on. Sancha, cheers.
My guitars are sitting around collecting dust.
Oh no.
Which is sad. It really is.
Yeah.
So one of these days on my bucket list of things to do. You know, and you always think, oh, when I'm going to have the time when I get the time to do it.
Right.
Time is never there.
Mr. Father, our Father, who art in this place somewhere, please come get your guitar.
So many years, Maggie insisted she would never leave home. And even though she isn't really going anywhere, if she was going to leave us, Connor is truly the only one we are happy to live her way to.
So, if you'll please join us in raising a glass to Maggie and Connor, to your greatest adventure yet. Cheers.
Mr. and Mrs. Connor and Maggie. That's what I'm talking about. Connor and Maggie, congratulations, guys. Thank you so much.
I think that went exactly how we expected it to.